everybody, welcome to Mikey Ice TV. I have a special guest today hailing from Calgary, um, Canada. She goes by the name of Momo Peach. But she's originally from Japan, so I want to be able to get some history on, Japanese, Tokyo B-boy scene though. King Up Rock, how you doing today though, brother? God bless you. So basically, I want to be talking to Momo Peach, about Japan history, So I'm very excited, to hear these stories, and y'all stay tuned. Hello,
Hello, hello, hello, hello.
how you doing?
Good, how are you? Thanks for
Okay.
having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm trying to see.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do it without the earphones. So Momo Peach, how you doing today?
Good, good. How are you? You can just call me Momo.
Oh, Momo. Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry. So before we start, could you introduce yourself so everybody can know who you are, and like a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Momo from Canada. I actually originally from Tokyo, Japan. I started breaking in Japan, yeah, so many people from Tokyo OGs are inspired um, when I started breaking. And after moved to here 2011, yeah, I'm in a Canadian breaking uh, too. Yes.
Thank you. That's amazing, though. I know some people from Canada
Hmm.
myself, starting with Little Bear from Ottawa,
Yep.
Little Bear, and then Bag of Tricks,
Yes.
people too,
Yep.
and then the Boogie Brown,
Yes.
so.
Yeah, Benzo and Flex, those are people still in the scene, organizing and stuff. And also, I met Buddha a couple years
Okay.
ago. He was judging one of the events. Yes, I don't know if he remembers me, but I'm newer in the Canadian history, so but
Oh,
I've
true.
seen legend and talking to them. I hope they recognize me, and yeah, I'm also being part of, I was in the part of a Canadian level last weekend. So hope people see me and then, yes.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. So you're originally from Tokyo, Japan. Is that where you were
Yes,
born?
I born in Tokyo, grew up in Tokyo for 20 something years until I moved here.
Okay. What I want to say is that I love Japanese b-boys, b-girls. To me, they're Ichiban.
Uh, Thank you.
I'm just saying that, like, for me, Japanese people are very unique because I feel like they really appreciate the culture,
Mhm.
and they learn the history, and then they master the style. If it's locking, Japanese lockers are some of the best in the world.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
what's his name? Tony T from Tokyo City Lockers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got C Chan, like she's amazing though too, and then the first B-boy I ever met from Japan was Haku from Rock
that's
Steady
cool.
Crew Japan.
Okay. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
met him, but I heard about him. Yeah,
Oh my God, he's a legend. He's a legend in
yeah,
Japan,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
His English wasn't really too good, so I couldn't communicate with him.
Mm.
And I was kind of a little bit sad, but I wanted to tell him how much I appreciate him because Rocksteady Crew Japan, like back in the 90s, was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Mm.
So is in Japan, is Tokyo like is that like the main city where hip hop is like the strongest?
I would say Tokyo and Osaka. Um, yeah. So Tokyo, we have Rocksteady Crew, Tokyo, and then we had a Waseda Breakers, we had a Lisbon
Oh yeah.
Sneakers, we had a Flow Masters. Yeah, those are like the old generation, and then we had the Ichigeki in
Oh yeah.
Osaka, um, Bronx. Like that was like a long time ago though. Yeah, we
Hmm.
had a Angel Dust Breakers. We also had a Spartanic Locals. I think that's like more
Oh
Tokyo side.
yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
Takeo and them. I still talk to him sometimes. So yeah, there's so many, but like Tokyo and Osaka is like a main one, I guess. But nowadays, it's everywhere. There's so many, yeah, people. We spread everywhere, so we got a lot of good b-boys, b-girls, crews and stuff.
Hmm. That's amazing though. So when you first started breaking in Japan, do you remember like what year that you started?
So this is I started a university actually.
Okay.
So my university, Waseda University, is some of the people from Waseda Breakers. They graduated Waseda University. So there was a Waseda University club because of the Waseda Breakers. So there's a dancing club. They were performing for freshmen, and I saw they're doing
Mm.
hand hop with music, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
okay.
this is amazing." So I didn't know about I didn't anything about the hip hop, but I just so amazed by the movements, what they're doing, and then
Mm.
it looked really fun. So I went to the dancing club. There's like hundred of people just being there.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was a lot. Yeah.
I seen a place on Instagram. It looked like it's like an airport. I think it's in Japan. I think all the B-boys go there and break. It's like a big place that has a big space in Japan.
There's some one in Tokyo, one in Osaka. So
Okay.
it might be Shigekicks and those people practicing in called Okat. That's in Osaka. And then we used to have the place Shinjuku. We call that Yasuda. It's like
Oh.
a building like this, and then we practice around that area. So we could go like 24/7. I practice overnight so many times, and I we actually made the crew called the Yasuda crew because we practice over there all the time. So yeah,
Mm. That's pretty cool. Like I've seen that before, and it looks like it's like an open space, and everybody goes there and
yeah.
break. And I'm thinking, man, I wish we had that here in the United States.
Mm. I think
You know?
because Japan is very small, so we kind of have
Oh.
to find a way. And some people talk to like security, can we practice here? So like older generation, they kind of found the spot, and we trying to keep the spot, trying to don't leave the garbage and stuff. We just trying to like clean so we can keep it for the next generation.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we also used to, I don't know, it's in everywhere though, but like I used to practice the station area when the mall is closed. So once mall closed, we can practice in the entrance. So practice
Mm.
starts like at 10 p.m. Until the last train. So it's like 10 to 1 a.m. ish. That's like everyday practice.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thanks. So another question I wanted to actually no, not a question I want to tell you ask you about. I want to tell you that I heard about this event. I'm going to tell you a little small story. It
Mhm.
was an event in San
Yes.
Diego called the B-Boy Summit. You heard of
Oh,
it?
yes.
Okay. So I've never been to the B-Boy Summit before, so I get a VHS and I'm watching Rock Steady break. It was like I think this must have been like
Yeah.
1995, right?
Yeah.
And I'm watching somebody break, and I see a Japanese dude go in the middle of the circle where Rocksteady was at, and everybody goes, "Oh!" And it was Mario from Imperial
Oh my
Breakers.
God, yes. Okay. Yeah.
Can you tell me something about Mario?
Well, I started a little bit later, so I'm not
Okay.
really, yeah, the person to talk about him, but like I heard
Okay.
uh a lot of him. Yeah. everyone knows about him. It's like the legend.
Yes.
Yes, it's like if you say Mario from Imperial Breakers, yeah, people know about it. Yeah.
Yes. When he did his power
Yes.
moves, like nobody in Rocksteady could touch him. Like he Crazy Legs went out and he did some power
Yeah.
moves, and everybody at the B-Boy Summit went crazy though. To me, he
Mm-hmm.
had the best power that night because he did a his windmills were really, really nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His speed was perfect though too. So I have a lot of respect for Imperials because they remind me of Air Force crew because
Mm-hmm.
everybody is like, I know everybody from Imperial Breakers, they only focus on power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, they're good. They can do footwork, but I was really impressed
Yeah.
by Imperial Breakers. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, like I said, I love Japanese. I like the mentality that when Japanese break
Mm-hmm.
is I notice the form is really always
Yeah.
good.
The foam is their foam is amazing. So when
Yeah,
I
the form
started,
is
yeah.
amazing.
When I started like trying to like a power move, at windmill and stuff, people just told me like go watch, those B-boys because their form is amazing. So
Hmm.
yeah, very
Oh,
old school. I love it. Yeah.
yeah. So in Japan too, do you know Si-chan?
Oh yes, Shi-chan is my good friend. Shi-chan is from Osaka.
Oh,
Uh,
Osaka. Okay.
when the bigger scene or growing, that was like a 2007 or 8. Um,
Hmm.
Osaka had so many beggars already. So whenever we
Yeah.
go into the west side, it was like the journey. And then me and my partner Yuri, we are the only
Mhm.
two active beggars, like not just as a battler. So like there's other beggars, but it's like we are the only two being active for battles and stuff. And then I talked to Shicham. I actually I was at the jam, and that was a one-on-one bigger jam, and I against Shichan, and then I think
Oh.
I guess lost to her. But I talked to her. I wanna inspire East Bigard, so we decided to do the Beagle 10 versus 10. So East versus West, we planned to do that, and then we did 3 times. So Shijan was the leader of the West, I was the leader of the
Okay.
East. So I don't know if you know Marimo from Tokyo. She used to live in New York, but
Oh.
she's
Okay.
also older generation in Tokyo. So I asked her to come back to compete again because we needed her. She's from Flow Masters. Marimo and Kite is two of the um, bigger, older generation. And then we
Okay.
had Eri Mims. Her name is Mims, but Mihalu. She went to me as a Mihalu. And then some other biggers, Yuri, of course. So we had 10 versus 10. And then after that, second one was in Osaka. Ken Swift was judging for that. But like
Okay.
West Side always smoked us so hard. But at the same time, East Side we got inspired. So there's more and more beggars coming in. And then the last one we did five versus five. Yeah. So that was like 2007, 8, 9, 10 before I left Japan. So, but that was good to like have those moments. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Somebody said memes is from BGS
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah. 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 Mims. Yeah. Yeah, she's amazing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You know who I was gonna tell you to who I really like from back in the day too is Chino from Japan.
Chino.
Yes.
Chino from Rock Steady Crew. Oh, he's
Yes. Way.
amazing.
Yeah, he's super old school.
Yes, yes, I've met him. Yes, he's amazing. He works at the film industry now, but like
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he's still part of the community. Yeah.
Does he still break?
Uh, I'm not really sure. Maybe, but he got a family, so he got a son.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, he has some stuff going on, but I'm pretty sure he dances his crew still.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shouts out to the people that's in the comments. DJ ICB, what's
hi,
going on?
hi.
My name is Mikey
He's from
Ice. Nice to meet
Vancouver.
you.
Hi, congrats. My crewmate hurts. Yes.
Yeah, say hello to your
Yeah,
peoples. I
yeah,
appreciate you, DJ ICB. I love the name though, bro. Like my name is Mikey Ice.
yeah. Oh, can tell
Anytime I hear
please.
anything with ice, I love it. So shouts out to you. Another
Yeah,
person too, I think who is amazing, and I seen him at the B-Boy Summit was DJ Honda.
Honda. Oh, okay. I'm not really familiar his name, but he's
Okay.
a DJ. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a legendary DJ from Japan.
Okay. I have to study. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, DJ Honda.
Mm.
Yeah. So you said that me and you met at the B-Boy Summit with you were part of Queens of Queens, am I right?
Yes. I think freestyle session. I'm not sure when, but like yeah, sometimes in LA. Because I went to LA so many times because we're so close from Vancouver too. But like when I was living in Japan, I went to LA with my crew, Queen of Queens, back in the
Oh,
days. Yeah. Ah,
I
Kentaro.
remember now.
Yeah, yeah, you remember? This
Yeah,
guy
I do
Ken.
remember
Yeah.
now.
Okay, Kentaro from Japan. Hi. Arigatou gozaimasu.
So are you still a part of that crew?
So like Queen of Queens, we're still together, but yes and no at the same time because that time we made crew as we wanted to let Japanese crew. Everyone has their own crew already, so now it's everyone is busier with their crew. So we're not gonna say we're active, but every time I go to Japan, I still see them as a family. So yeah.
Mm,
Mm.
that's nice. That's nice. So you enter the Red Bull Canadian,
Yes.
no, the Red Bull BCY
Yeah, last week. That
Canadian
was
cycle ride.
amazing. Yes.
Yeah, can you tell me about that experience? Was that your first time?
That was actually second time.
Oh, second
Um,
time.
so um, there was no B-girl Rebel BC1. This started from 2 years ago. So
Oh, okay.
before it was only like for B-boys. They didn't invite all yeah any B-girls at the moment, but they started 2 years ago. I competed. I made it semifinal, and then last year I was injured, so I was debating if I should
Oh,
compete or not. And then they asked me to judge, so I judged last year, and then I told them I wanna compete this year. So yeah, they invited me as a wild card. This year they hold the Canadian camp for the first time, so that was like uh, uh, Thursday to Saturday. So 3 days even. There was like the camp, the big camp for the first time in Canada. And then,
mm,
yeah, that was in Vancouver too. So it was like
okay.
great. We had like DJ workshop, a graffiti ceremony.
Mm,
Yeah, there's like all style battle, and then like yeah, it was like a festival, like 3 days, and then yeah, I was part of the B-girl 101, and yeah, I made it to final. Um, so yeah, that was amazing to like having the audience, the community there, the feelings, everything was there. Yeah, I think it's like one of the Canadian history we made.
okay.
Yeah,
I watched the battle myself last night, and
thank you.
I know you said to watch the other battle, but for some reason I watched that battle first, and I watched the battle. I think you did pretty good, and I want to ask you, in your opinion, like, why did you think that they gave it to the other girl over you?
Um, I think my energy was lower, you know.
It was?
Yeah, I kind of lost myself. Yeah, so I kind of knew it in the end, but like the feeling was really good. I enjoyed so much because Emma, so the winner, she's also from Vancouver. So,
Oh, she is?
we train sometimes together too. And she
Oh,
won 2 years ago, and she's like a younger coming up. She's amazing. So I love the exchange she did, but at the same time, I was kind of lost myself in the third round. So yeah, but like,
okay.
yeah, looking forward to the next time. It's always fun to
Yeah.
battle. Yeah, yeah.
So somebody in the comments said DJ ICB say Momo is more than just a beat girl. She's a beautiful human.
Oh, thank you.
You know who
Yeah,
that is?
yeah. He's a DJ from Vancouver. He's
Oh,
originally
he's from
from France.
Vancouver.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He was playing DJ in a boat too.
Oh,
Yeah,
shouts out to you, ICB, man.
yeah.
That's dope.
He played for the All Style. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yeah.
Mm. So I heard that you're a mother, you have a child, and
Yes.
being, yes. How old is your baby?
He's 5 now.
Oh, he's 5.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's going to kinder from September.
Hmm. So is that different from you, like, different for you being a mom prior to like maybe like 10 years ago when you wasn't a mom? Like, has it changed? Has it impacted your life or like
Yep,
to be,
definitely.
yeah, how does that feel now?
So my body changed. I'm actually over 35, close to 40.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Also, I'm a single mom, so life
Oh,
makes a double, triple harder for me, maybe. But like, um, you know, I have so many support from community. So my
mm.
son goes everywhere with me. Any events, any session, he knows everybody, and
Oh, yeah?
he get love from everyone. So for me, it is hard, but at the same time, I appreciate so much. Because of him, I wanna do what my for my passion, so he can see, oh, life is beautiful when go towards passion.
Hmm.
So I wanted to show him how life is beautiful, or how life it is in the future. If even though you have like a responsibility more, or even though you have a kid, you could still push yourself for passion. So that's like, I wanted to show him without just telling him, you know. So, and then it is hard. Sometimes I don't want to dance, I don't want to train, my body feels
Oh,
sucks.
yeah.
But yeah, but like sometimes you have to push yourself. Um, Crew, or like all of the people trying to help me, like, yeah, here, my crewmate, maybe here, the Hoods, Diamonds in Love, they inspired me a lot. Most of them are older than
Oh,
me,
okay.
but then whenever I see them, they're killing it in the scene. They have own business. They're going to abroad. They get like the choreographer award. Everyone does everything, even though they have hard things in their life. So having kids are hard, but at the same time, it's like just a different life stage. So I'm trying to be smart, so I can manage
Hmm.
my life, so I can do stuff that I want to do. Yeah, so it's tough, but at the same time, those are like, my son is the motivation to live my life too. So I don't want to complain. So it's
Yeah.
blessing. Yeah, I think it's grateful. I just have to be smart and, yeah, take care of my body so I can go longer to dance.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So from the time that you started and to where you're at now, how many years would you say that you've been an active B-girl?
Like almost 20 years. I
20
started
years.
2003. That was like first time I
Oh,
watched
yeah,
kind
you're
of.
right.
Yeah, and then deep in B-girl, I started from breaking in the house together. So first 2 years I was like more house dance, going to the club, dancing all night with like the house music. That was like one of my favorite too. But like
Hmm.
deep in battle, maybe like 2005-ish, I saw Ichigeki in Battle of
Oh,
the Year Japan. I was so amazed. Oh my God, that was crazy. And then yeah, that time I decided to like go deeper in the breaking too. Yeah, so but like almost 20 years, I would say. Yeah.
oh man, that's amazing. Congratulations for that. I think now the B-girls, because before B-girls, they would maybe dance the most, maybe about 3 or 4 years, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like when breaking was kind of making a comeback in the 90s. But I
Mm-hmm.
noticed now B-girls like yourself, Asia One, Honey Rockwell,
Oh, yes.
they're going 25, 30, 30 years, in the community. And like I can respect that too because I know you know in your heart, like being a big girl, it's a
Yeah.
battle. It's a battle to stay motivated because there's times too that I don't feel motivated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You and I love breaking, and I watch some footage and some days I'm like, I don't want to dance, So I understand being somebody, in the breaking scene for 20 some years, sometimes you kind of start losing motivation
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
But from the times that you started back then and where we're at today, what do you see the difference between how it was in 2003 and then where we're at right now in 2023, in your opinion?
Good question.
Yeah.
I feel like more people get involved. I think
Mm-hmm.
there's more, work, I guess. Like
Okay.
back in the days in Japan, I got some of the work for like dancing, but then no one didn't want to spend or like, have the budget for like street dancers. Even my
Yeah.
parents said dancing is for, hobby or like what are you gonna get when are you gonna get the real job? That was like always question in Asia. But like now because of the maybe Olympic,
Mm-hmm.
people trying to like have a business through, hip hop culture.
Oh, you're
Um,
right.
we get a chance to work more, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, sometimes there's problem. But like as long as people know more about the hip hop culture, people seeing in TV show and stuff, there's like, outlet to see, which is we used to have only VHS to watch, or like we got
Yes,
like
yes.
VHS to YouTube, or like MySpace to YouTube and Instagram, you know, all the technology get us um, access to everything. Um, yeah, for me, I, I, I part of me kind of like it to just dig in, like small information back in the day, because nowadays a little too much information, so you get easy to access, so you don't think about it, you don't create sometimes.
Oh,
So it
okay.
depends on the people, but I think it's a great to able to access for the people. So it's a Conan palm, but we got more information, more people, maybe more place to practice too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I actually got sponsored one from one of the studio, um, because the scene is getting bigger, and then they just wanted to support street dancers, which is great because I used to pay for the studio because in Vancouver we don't have any space to practice. We usually practice outside in summertime, but in the wintertime we didn't have any space, so we had to rent the studio, so we had to pay. But I got sponsored one of the contemporary studio twice a week, so I don't have to pay. So like those you know pawn, yeah, that's what I feel. Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. Actually, I'll just ask you. My friends always told me, I know a rapper, his name is Planet Asia. You heard of him?
Who is this?
He's a rapper, his name is Planet Asia.
Planet Asian. Oh, no, sorry.
Planet
Mm,
Asia. Okay. Well, anyway, Planet Asia is from Fresno, California. He's from California.
hmm
And he told me, he was like, bro, he's like, get you a passport and go to Japan because Japan loves black people. Like they love black culture out there big time, bro. He said
mm,
when he went on stage, everybody go
mm,
crazy, you know. And I know I've seen a lot of people from Japan come to United States,
mm.
and I see them. They have a very high respect for African American, culture. And I want to ask you from your point of view, because you're from Japan, like why is it really like that? Like Japanese people really have a high respect for African American people and the culture.
I think one of the inspiration for them, the first, I think it's the fashion too.
Fashion.
Yeah, so like people like the style. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but like we call BK, which is like a black culture. We have the name of the fashion style.
Oh, it's called BK?
BK is like, yeah, black influenced fashion. So people
Oh, I
have the
didn't know
certain
that.
fashion. So like some people have the conlo or those like,
I
the
seen that.
certain fashion. Or like we call hip hop K. K is like style. So hip hop style, B style.
Hmm.
Yeah. Also like the music, R&B music. People like I love the R&B music, and when I started hip hop, I didn't know all the music are connected, but like
Okay.
yeah, so like because of the music and fashion style, I think they get influenced. So when they study about those ones, people, um, ended up going to, oh, this is from, African American, you know, culture. So that's why people wanted to learn, moving to US, and then, yeah, when I learned everything from, originators. Yeah.
Yes, because I know what's his name? Boogaloo Sam. Oh my God, they love Boogaloo Sam in Japan. I seen him come out and everybody's on, "Whoa!" And he
Yeah.
barely did one move, and everybody in Japan is like so excited.
hmm
Poppin' Pete,
Yeah.
Poppin' Pete is like,
Yes.
yes, they love him in
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah. Tony Gogo, Sibo, Khalif, like everyone comes to Japan. I think because we are island, we are very
Oh,
close, so we had to invite, everyone to coming in. But like, because we don't, our culture is very different, you know.
yes,
We are like, I would say, the beauty of Japanese culture is like hidden. It's like hide. We don't show, like, even when we
okay.
talk, we don't show our mouth. So like, we don't do like expression in that way. Like we hiding is the beauty of Japanese culture, I would say. But like, it's kind of so uh, get um inspired, or like, um
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you for explaining that because I see it,
Yeah.
and I was really always intrigued by that. I would see I guess they would say the young Japanese teenagers, they have their own, society, with black culture with the Michael Jordan jerseys.
Oh yes.
Some people would
Yeah,
get the
the
afro.
oh yes.
Some people wear the cornrows. The girls will wear the big earrings.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. I think
You
there's so
know,
many
is your Wi-Fi
influence.
okay? I think,
Yeah.
yeah, is your internet okay?
Yeah, mine is a bit weak maybe, but I can still see. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can still see
Yeah.
you. Let's continue.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think I have everyone has a different, influence. yeah, but yeah, I think the sports as well, basketball,
Yeah,
baseball. Yeah. Hmm.
I like it. You know what? I mean, I think if Japanese people from my point of view, like I've gotten a lot of respect from Japanese people when they see me dance, they said, "Oh, Mikey Ice, Zulu," because I'm Zulu. You know,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Have you
yeah.
been in
I've
Japan?
been I've never been to Japan. I want to go.
You should come. Like, yeah, I
Yes.
remember when Alienness came to Japan, battle against to Taisuke, Tatsu Alienness versus not Taisuke, Ryoma from Mortal Kombat. That was like almost
Oh,
fighting ISO. Yeah, that era was crazy.
yeah, huh? And that's another thing too. I noticed like that era back then compared to now is really different though. Like, do you see the
Yeah,
difference?
yeah. I feel like that back in the day was raw more. Yeah, it that was like more personal versus personality
That's
versus
what it is.
personality.
You
Yeah.
said it. That's what it
Mhm.
is. I tell everybody now everything's more
Mhm.
organized, but back in the day it was personal. Like if I didn't like you, I'll go look for you.
Mhm.
If you didn't like
Mhm.
me, people would drive.
Yeah.
People would drive to where you're at,
Yeah.
and they will call you out.
Mhm.
Like I've been called out. Like at the
Mhm.
club. I'm dressed with a nice
Mhm.
shirt. I think I'm just gonna do, and somebody come out like, "Oh, you Mikey Ice?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes down. And he's calling me out, but he's serious
Mhm.
because they found out that I was gonna be at that club, so they came to that club
Oh,
specifically to
yeah, I
battle
heard
me.
about it. Yeah, my older generation was it up like as people told me like, yeah, if they get the information, the other crew is
Hmm
gonna be at the club. They're just gonna go and trying to smoke them. And if you lose, you can't come back. Well, like
Exactly.
you had to battle
And most of the
again.
time, too, yeah, most of the time, Momo, nobody had a camera because we were just there to go clubbing.
Hmm.
We didn't think
Hmm.
we was gonna
Hmm.
battle, you know? So there was really nobody there to film it, like, oh, I'm gonna record
Hmm.
it. So a lot of those battles were never recorded,
Yeah, 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 sure.
you know?
Hmm.
I'm glad that you understand the difference of that time.
Yeah.
So when you were in Japan, like looking at United States, which is California and New York,
Hmm.
like who were the people that maybe inspired you from USA because breaking started in United States and the Bronx?
Mm. Well, um, that was good question.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the Lock City Crew first.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so I would say, oh, Asia One. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People told me watch Asia One, the the battle on the parking lot. What was the name of the music video or something? But like, yeah.
Oh, Run DMC.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Run
Yeah.
DMC Jam Master J Red.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I watched that because of the B-girl in Japan. Do you know Asami from Waseda Breakers? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so like I was close to Waseda Lakers, so I tried to like watch all of the B-girls in Japan. But at the same time, people told me watch the Run MC or like watch the older generation Rocksteady crew,
Yes.
and then I like all of the wild style breakdance, those the movie and stuff. So I studied from that. Yeah, so I would say yeah, those older generation era inspired me to like learn about like the traditional one. But at the same time, I started a little later, so my inspiration
Oh,
was
yeah, that's true.
yeah more from Team O from Japan. That they were in the 2000 Battle of the Year. Um,
Mm.
and then Waseda Breakers, Ichigeki, those were like my the first inspiration, I would say. And then after that, I went to Atlanta. Um, uh, what was that one? So I went to a 3 weeks. American trip with my partner Yuri, and then I was in Evolution in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
okay.
who can roast the most? That was in where was that?
Miami?
Miami, Houston? I'm not
Um,
sure, but yeah,
who
that
gets the most comes from Miami? That's
Miami.
Bebe.
Okay, Bebe. Yes, I met Bebe. So like that was like a 3 week trip. So I met so many people
Oh,
in
okay.
US. I met Arianes that time too. So like yeah, I was not the person who is like watching a video all the time, but like when I met in person those people, yeah, that was like I got like inspired a lot too. I get talk to them, I get like meet them in person to know the history and know the vibes, know the personality as well. Yeah.
Hmm. Wow, that's amazing. So you went to all the dope events. You've been to freestyle session, who can roast the most, evolution. Oh yeah, you went to a lot of good jams.
Yeah.
You went to a lot of good jams. Today's B-girl scene in Japan, has it gotten a lot better? Because I've noticed like what's her name? B-girl Ami.
Oh yeah, the younger generations, yes.
Yeah, the younger generation. Do you know any history about the younger generations?
Oh yeah, yeah. Ami and also Ayane, if you know her, are those
Is that the girl that breaks with her?
um Ayane is a Shigen student, Shigeki's sister.
Oh, Sugar
Yeah,
Kisses. Okay.
yeah. So those generation, I think they were like a 20 or something. So they were
Yeah.
like a kids dancer when we were at the freestyle session. So like when we went to like 2010 or 7, they were still like 10 years old, 12 years old.
Oh,
But
yeah.
back in the day, they were already good because, older teachers. So like Shichan, Katsu, also Ami's original teacher, Raigo, those
Yeah.
people trying to put the work for the younger generation. So they were already good. I saw Ami in person. She was like maybe like 10 years old. She was already so good. She was
Really? At
stifling
10?
all night. Yeah. Um, so I think they're not suddenly coming up. They were Japanese people, putting work for the younger generation for a long time. So like even before Olympic, so they were like coming up a lot. And then now we have another generation coming up, which is like they're like 16 or 15 right now. There's more
There's
beavers.
more?
Yeah, there's so many. Um, yeah, I think nowadays kids skill, like their physical movements are crazy. But for me, I would say I hope they're gonna get more personality and character when they get older or when the process to be better. Because yeah, back in the day we didn't have any information, so we try be different, or like we trying to be like biased, trying to be yourself.
Oh, I
But like nowadays, because they get access so many tools, they just copy what they see so they can win. Um, so I hope they're gonna get their character, or they're gonna get the reason why they dance, and they
hmm.
express when they battle, or when they perform. Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's gonna happen. I think Japanese people are very disciplined. Um, since I started breaking, from the time I seen Japan in the beginning to where they're at now, I feel like Japanese people have always stayed consistent.
Hmm.
And they keep the tradition. I still see people in Japan with the kango, the gazelle,
Hmm.
the Puma jacket, and they're like older people, like 50,
Oh
55,
yeah.
57.
Oh, they're still so
Yeah, to me, that's
fresh.
amazing to be 57, to be a
Yes.
B-boy,
Oh.
57, 58 years old.
Hmm.
So
It's so
for
amazing.
me, Japan, I say Ichiban. I say Ichiban.
Yeah.
I've always had a respect for Japan
Hmm.
because from my understanding, I did the research when breaking started becoming popular in New York. One of the first tour was Rock City Crew. and Zulu Nation went to Japan in 83,
Yeah,
1983.
yeah.
Yeah, and then from there it went crazy. Everybody started understanding the culture, and then everybody started going to Japan, like the graffiti writers, the DJs,
Mm-hmm.
and all the B-boys. So I think Japan has a very strong
Mm-hmm.
foundation, you know, and then on top of that, they add the understanding of black culture on top.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I see somebody break from Japan, their footwork is like some of the best,
Yes.
some of the best. And I can understand because in the beginning, look at the teachers, Katsu, Crazy A, Haku, like what's her name too? Masami. Yeah, you know
Masami.
Masami?
Oh yeah, yeah, Masami. Masami. Yes, yep. I met her. Yes. She's still having she has a studio, dance studio, and then she teaches younger kids, and then some of her students they get part of the Rocksteady Crew Tokyo.
I've seen that.
What's his name? He's really good. He's very tall.
I've seen her.
Yeah, he's amazing. Anyways, yeah, he's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm like, man, Japan does not stop. Like,
Hmm.
just to see another generation of Rocksteady crew in Japan, and it's the Japanese girls. Her footwork is nice.
Hmm.
You know, she keeps she got the traditional letters that say Rocksteady crew with old English.
Hmm.
She wear the Kango, and I'm thinking she's only like a teenager. Like she's maybe like 17,
Yeah.
18. And I love that about Japan. Like they keep hip hop culture like the way that like we used to have it in United States. Now in United States we don't really keep it like that anymore. Not too much.
Mm.
Maybe some people in the
Yeah.
Bronx, and some people on the West Coast too. But Japan, I seen a battle where they had old school versus old school. Did you see that? I think it
Oh,
was called the Lee Jam.
okay. Oh, I haven't seen that.
They had all the old school, everybody from Japan back in the 80s battle everybody from back in the 80s. So it was two crews, everybody
Wow.
from the 80s and 90s, Imperial Breakers, Wasada,
What's
whatever everybody battled each other.
yeah.
And all
Wow.
these
I have to
guys are
check.
in their 50s. It was like a 50 and over battle. But everybody had the Kango, they had the
Wow.
chains. I was like, oh my God, this is going on in Japan right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Japan has once we decided to keep, pursuing, people keep doing that. So like people, uh, get the class done, so,
Yeah.
but like I'm happy, there's also Rock City Crew, there's also Mighty Zulu Kings in Japan too. And then we have like own crew like Ichigeki, Mortal Kombat, Waseda, Body Carnival, like lots of
Yeah.
more different kind of, their own style. So I think that's
Hmm.
the reason why they keep it, solid
Yes.
differently, flawless, yeah. So like I'm happy different kind of style exists, and then but still traditional crew keep traditional, so we can
Hmm.
learn from them too. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in 2023, of course. Do you have any goals that you want to try to reach before we get to the end of 2023? Are you trying to come back to the United States? Are you going to compete?
Mm.
I don't know, like I just kind of want to know.
Um, I wanna my one of my goals for this year. I wanna compete more, not just the
Okay.
breaking itself. I also dance
Oh,
other styles. So I want to present myself in the different jam. So I say I'm still here and this is me. So
yeah.
yeah, as a B-girl, sometimes I get asked, when is a good time having a baby, or what is a feel like after you got a
Oh,
baby? And I wanted to inspire the people. I had a son, but it is possible to keep doing if you want
mhm.
to do it. So it doesn't have to be same as before. So my dancing is maybe different from before. I dance different, maybe, you know, my style got changed, but at the same time, it's okay. You will change. Like anyone is gonna stay same anyway. So my physical is different from before. So maybe I'm weaker at some point, but at the same time, my musicality got different. Maybe. So I just wanted to be present to show who I am, and I wanted to show that it's possible to just keep dancing if you want. Yes, sometimes I lose, sometimes, not
Yeah.
doing good, but this is also the life, you know. So I just wanted to be active as a bachelor for this year. So I'm thinking about entering more bigger or like the breaking jam, locking jam, house,
Oh, you can rock
all.
too?
I started locking 2 years ago. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like for me, dancing is like I love dancing itself. I love music
Yeah.
too. I'm still learning everything, and but I still want to break because some some people is saying like, oh, you do other style. What do you mean? What about breaking? But like
Oh,
I still love break. It's not like the you know how to alternate to other style. I love
mm,
everything, and sometimes it's impossible to do everything, but at the same time, this is me, and I am the one choosing where to gonna be. So
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
that makes sense. I like that. I like that. What you just shared. I know. Earlier in the interview, you said that you're gonna be 40 years old, right?
Soon. Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, soon in like a couple
Okay.
years.
Looking back, when you were younger, now that you're gonna be 40, like, what advice would you give to big girls that are watching today? Because there will be people watching
Hmm.
this. What advice would you share with them today that you didn't know back in the day when you first started?
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
I would tell myself, don't get stuck on one thing too much, or like like in Japan, we wanted to be perfect all the time,
Okay.
and we get scared to fail. So let's say if you win, if you win, that's great, but if you lose in the end, the second place, I was crying because I didn't win. But at the same time,
Um,
yeah, it's okay. Life is keep going, and if you're not trying to keep dancing, just encourage yourself. Sometimes love yourself more than
mhm.
discipline too much, because what you're doing is for you, and it's not for someone else. You're not trying to, you know, convince anyone. Dancing,
Mhm.
battling, anything for you. You don't have to like trying to have a fame or anything for anyone else. Everything is for you. So yeah, don't get pressure from other people or society too much. Do what you want to do and aware what you want to be. So yeah. Also, um, treat yourself better physically. So do stretch, do protect your body. Body maintenance is important for your longevity of your life. Yeah,
Yes, you're right.
yeah,
That makes sense. Like that. Protect your body. I always break with knee pads.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, I always break with knee pads though. I've learned. I've been wearing knee pads like for a while though too. So Momo, I just want to say thank you for this. Was this your first interview or you done interviews before in the
Oh
past?
yeah, I got some interviews.
Oh,
Yeah,
you do?
Canadian, Breaking Canada, they're doing some documentary and interview research as well. I got some interview in English, and then I also got featured as a different kind of so Japanese woman interview, but like breaking interview like this, or maybe the first time for like live music, a live interview, the first time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Momo. Like I said, I wanted the main reason why I did is because I've heard your name for a while.
Um,
Momo, Momo.
yeah.
But like you said, there's hundreds, there's thousands of dancers down,
Mm-hmm.
and there's so many of us though. It's kind of hard to like, keep up,
Mm-hmm.
But then when I seen a recent post with you, and I was like, oh, okay, I see you at the Rebel BC one, because it's getting the most attention. And when I seen you, and then I watched the video, and I was like, oh my God, this girl's good,
Thank you.
like to me, I like it, like I like your style. Like I said, I like Japanese. I could just tell like you have traditional Japanese style.
Hmm. I also got
Like you said,
influenced Canadian and Northwest um,
okay,
a lot too. Like
right.
my some people came up to me for Rebel because they
Oh,
remember from Japan me, but then they said that you got more flavors, you got more, different kind of like sauce on it. So I'm kind of
mhm.
happy I'm a mix of Japanese and Canadian. You said that you know a lot of Canadian people too, so like you could kind of see like a mix of,
I
yeah.
see that. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. So yeah, I just want to let you know, like you've inspired me to reach out to you, so
Oh,
definitely what you're doing, it's you're on the right path, and I think eventually in the future, wherever you want to get, like if you want to be more professional, I think you're going to reach that goal because a lot of people respect you. I see that they have a lot of respect for you. They show you a lot of love, and I wanted to do the same. That's why I wanted to do the interview with you to let you know in person how much that you inspire
mm,
me. And I'm in California,
yeah.
you know?
Hmm.
So yeah, is there anything else that you might want to say, or would before I go, would you like to ask me a question about anything? I usually ask people that now
Oh,
because I'm new to you, so I know sometimes people want to ask like, "Hey, I have a question for
yes.
you."
How long are you doing this interviews series?
Oh, okay. Honestly, Momo, I started interviewing people in 1994, and
Oh my
my
God.
first interview was what Remind.
Oh wow. Yeah, I watched
Was it-
the post. Some of them are reminds in it too.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
My first interview was with Remind, and the way that it happened, I didn't think I was going to interview him. I was walking outside, we were breaking, and I had my camera, and I was like, "Hey, what's up? What's your name?" He's on
Wow.
Remind, He's on from the 209. I'm from Stockton. This is before Style Elements.
Okay. Okay.
Before Style Elements.
Wow.
When I met them, Style Elements was just about to start to become a
Mhm.
crew. So we was all dancing together as
Mhm.
friends. So I went to interview him, and he was like, "Yo, I'm from Stockton. My name is Remind. I'm out here with Mikey Eyes, Peace the
Mhm.
Zulu." And then I turned off the camera. So he was the first dude that I've been interviewing, and I thought I want to do that again.
Mhm.
So I said, what can I do, to keep myself involved in the scene current.
Mhm.
So I said, let me create a brand. I'm gonna call it Mikey Eyes TV because when I first seen
Mhm.
breaking, I seen it on TV.
Yeah. I
So that's
actually,
why,
yeah, I think I actually watched your TV somewhere before. Yeah. So that's the reason why.
mhm.
Also, like people talking about you, like I know your name. Yeah.
Oh,
So
you heard my name before?
yes, yes. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
I watched your interview or video, some of the
yeah.
footage. Yeah. Okay, that's
Okay. So
amazing.
thank you. So in 2000, right before COVID, or when COVID hit 2020, right?
Hmm.
I said, you know what? I want to do something with my time. So I said, you know what? Let me do it again. And when the beginning of COVID until when it was over, I did 175 interviews during COVID.
Oh my God. Wow.
I
Congrats.
interviewed everybody.
Oh my God.
Abstract, Born, Mr. Freeze, Remind, Crumbs, Dizzy,
Wow.
um, K-Mel, like everybody all over the world. Katsu. I did one
Mm-hmm.
with Canada.
Wow. Wow. That's
You know,
amazing. Yeah.
so that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to keep it going because I'm seeing in the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
that I think the Olympics is going to open up opportunity, like how you
For
said,
sure.
for people to start creating a business,
Yep.
you know. And I would like to do this on a professional level,
Mm-hmm.
with a nice room, a nice studio, a nice microphone,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to like be able to interview today's generation,
Mm-hmm.
and show some footage of, like, okay, you're the top b-boy in Japan, okay, look at haku, like this is original haku from
Mm-hmm.
Japan,
Mm-hmm.
so people can always have respect for the generation
Yeah.
before them, because
For
breaking
sure.
wouldn't be what it's that if it wasn't for the
Yeah.
originals.
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
Yes. So for me, that's my calling, is to preserve all the originals. So when things start getting like really professional and people want to ask some questions, it's like it's already documented.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's already documented with the interviews, it's already documented with the footage.
Mm-hmm.
So when they put it in museums or they're showing it in Japan with a nice glass studio, like it will be nice. And I would like to have my name somewhere like next to it,
Mm-hmm.
like this is Mikey Ice footage of, Japan
Yeah.
Rocksteady
Mm-hmm.
Crew, because I've been saving all the videotapes. I started collecting videotapes since
Mm-hmm.
1992.
Wow. Awesome.
So
Wow.
like maybe about 29, 30 years
Wow.
that I've been collecting footage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just doing it for that because I've always felt the B-girl deserves just as much respect as the B-boy,
Mm-hmm.
because the B-girl was first. A lot of people don't understand that it was the African American girls that were doing the up rock and the style.
Mm-hmm.
And then the B-boys came along, and then once the B-boys went to the floor,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the B-girls like they didn't want to get on the floor and do windmills or head
Mm-hmm.
spin. But a lot of people don't know, like, the foundation of hip hop culture
Mm-hmm.
was the B-girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for doing this interview with
Thank
me. I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank
day, and
you.
yeah, I'll be in touch with
Yes.
you.
Hope you in person. Yeah, soon. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna save the
Mm-hmm.
video, and once I save it, if you know how to download it, maybe you might want to share it to your story, or
Mm-hmm. For
or
sure.
share it on your page too, because I think it's exciting because only thing I'm doing is benefiting you.
Mm-hmm.
It's for your it's for your recognition, and today's culture, that I'm saying from United States that Mikey Ice is very impressed with
Mm-hmm.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah.
Okay, have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
All
Bye.
right, bye.
Bye, everyone.